This is a quick 2 to 3 minute tutorial on how to use M mode to calculate a fetal heart rate. We are not going to talk about how to use ultrasound to find an IUP. We're only going to focus on using M mode to calculate the heart rate. And so as you can see from this image here, the M mode button is located on the right lower quadrant of our machine. And when you press it, you're going to get a green line that comes from the top of the screen all the way to the bottom. And that looks something like this. You can see the uterus here, and you can see that we are fanning through the area of interest. What you want to do though is stop the fanning and then move the green line to your area of interest, which is going to be the heart of the fetus. And then once you have it lined up perfectly where this line is crossing the beating heart, you then press the M mode button again, and you're getting a tracing that looks like this. And what does this mean exactly? Everything you see illustrates movement that the machine is processing throughout time. So there's no movement of the skin in soft tissue, which is why on the top you see a barcode. As you get down towards the heart, which moves through time, you're going to start to see peaks and troughs, which is indeed the fetal heart rate. Now, the way to measure it is eventually you have to stop the computer from recording a tracing, and you do that by pressing the freeze button, which is located here. After that, you then move to the left and you press caliber. Now if you do nothing and just keep it on caliber, it's just going to give you distance, and we're concerned about the actual heart rate. And the way you can change that is that on the upper left hand portion of the console right here, there's this button, and that gives you the option to change it from distance to heart rate. Once you've done that, you then need to pick your two areas to decide how to measure the heart rate. And you can either do a peak to a peak or a trough to a trough. Here the provider picked right before this peak and right before this peak as the two areas. And you select it by pressing the button select. And so you get your line over this area, press the select button, which is illustrated here. You then move the cursor to your next desired location and you press the select button again, and your computer will generate a number. It's a little off the screen here, but this says 150 beats per minute. And that's how you get a fetal heart rate. So in summary, you find the area of interest, you press the M mode button, get that green line over the heart, you then press the M mode button a second time, that will then record this tracing. You then press the freeze button, caliber, switch it over to heart rate, and then you find your 2 points, and there you go. You're able to calculate a fetal heart rate. Thanks for asking me to do this and to make this video. I hope it was helpful. As always, let me know if you have any questions.